Okay, hello and welcome back, my veterans, active duty, retired, and disabled. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone's doing well while this video catches you here. Okay, so let's get this started. I named this video, and it's named Helping a Veteran. Okay, so this is why I am here. I want you to know I am not a lawyer. I am not a legal attorney. What is it, a paralegal? I don't work with the VA or with any affiliated VA company. I am here representing only me and what I have been through and my opinion on it. Okay, let's get this going now. Okay, I've been doing this with the veterans fighting for 35 years, actually. And most of that is because I didn't understand the system, how it went, and I did not have any access or knowledge to finding a proper representative to represent my case. Okay. Now, I will say this. I did use a certain group of people to help me get to where I've gotten or where I am at this particular point in time. And that's 100% total, permanent total, individual, unemployable, and they say it's TPIU. Okay. I did have to keep my ears to the ground. I have to listen. So this is why I tell you this. In my other video I did claims. It's nobody's claim is the same. We all go through different injuries, different ways to address our claims, and so it's going to be a different trail. But what I do try to impart to you is this. I understand I have been through this particular thing. So let's get to this. Helping a veteran. Why I say this? Helping a veteran. If my veterans are suffering from mental or physical pain because of serving a country, please, by all means, seek psychiatric help or assistance. You can go into the VA, get you a primary doctor, or even talk to the doctors about seeking mental assistance. Okay? We don't want you hurting yourselves. We want you here on your right path doing what you are intended to do. Now I'm 58, I've been through a lot of this, so let's get it started. Say if you have gotten your disabilities and you have lost your apartment or your home, you lost your job, it will seem kind of bleak, but understand this. Just because you're down don't mean you're out. You're still good to go. You're squared away in my book. Stay on your feet and keep fighting. Okay, so this is the deal. You lose your home, what do you do? I would say this. Seek the first King County, or what I call it King County here, or in your county housing and development. So it's, what do you call it? Home and urban development. That's HUD, I'm sorry. But seek your housing authorities and let them know that you are in seek of shelter. Now, I can understand some of my veterans do not want to stay in shelters for various amount of reasons. One being the main one is COVID or Omicron, and I can understand that. The other reasons I can understand as well. When I had to do it, I got up early, went to the library. I was knocking stuff down. I was handling it, getting it. Now let me give you a little heads up. After the VA found that they were wrong in my diagnosis, they did me some back pain. Yes, and it helped take care of a lot of things. Please believe me. I'll hit you at that towards the end. So here we are. Now we're looking like, okay, I went and got with the, what they call it, it used to be called unemployment, they call it now WorkSource. And I went to the WorkSource for the VA. Now you check the WorkSource for the VA and they will lead you to some people, what they did to me up here. To some people that helped get me into a temporary apartment complex. So they got me into that, which was good. But please believe me, it was a lot of work. But they got me into it. It was great. And Look, they offer you your oven, microwave, sink, tool, what do you call it, silverware, plates. They'll already come furnished with that. They'll give you a bed, a mattress, a new one, table to put your paperwork in, and all that stuff. Right off the bus line. Okay, I would strongly urge that, especially if you do not have a car, get next to a bus line so you can easily get around. Okay, so after that, they'll have what it is when they get you into that. It's a bed to head, just like they do with if you're in a shelter. They want to make sure that the veterans are utilizing what they signed up for. Pardon me, please. And so you do that pretty much on a daily. Some places will give you forgiveness because, like on the weekends, you want to go and stay with your loved ones or whatever. You can skip out for 2 days as long as you're checking in on that Monday. I'm not saying that's for everyone, but that's for some of them that I heard and I've been to visit them and talk to them about their operations. There are do's and don'ts. Definitely check in and make sure you line up to the do's and don'ts so you won't get yourself evicted. Okay. So let's say here you are, you're down the road from that. Now you want to move on. You want to get from under this one bedroom head to bed count. Okay, now in that juncture, if you're at the head to bed and they put you in one of those housing, you can stay there for 2 years before they want to see you doing some activity as far as moving out of that place. So how they charge you is based on what you receive as your monthly income. If you're just living off your claims, your disability claims with the VA, they will take a percentage of that, ask you to pay a percentage of it, should I say, and they'll pay the other portion of your rent. If you got Social Security, disability insurance, you got all that stuff. If you got too much stuff, they won't let you on the program. So the next step from there is they will talk to you about asking you to come and fill out some sheets with the housing people and say that, this is what you want to be doing. They will try to get you into another apartment. Now, the next step from there is getting into an apartment where you don't have to be checking in head to bed every night. Okay, so they have a program called the HUD-VASH program. And if you're low income, living below the national average or the poverty average level, you can seek that out and look for that HUD-VASH. What is it? Housing, Urban, and Development, working in conjunction with the VA people for housing. You can look those guys up. Once I say you get with those guys and they say, okay, we're going to give you a HUD-VASH voucher. That HUD-VASH voucher, you will take it to the people that you're moving in with, to whatever parts you're moving in. They will sign off and they will forward that to your HUD-VASH people. And then your HUD-VASH people will work with them and you to making sure that your rent, this is how much you owe on your rent a month. Be cognizant of that. Some places, I know some people say that every time they come down, their rent's jumped all over the place. But your housing case manager, which you will be assigned one, will check on you once a month to make sure that you're okay with paying your rent, that your rent is being paid, and if you need any assistance with paying your rent, they will go through some other steps to help you get in your assistance paying for your rent. It can be up to 1 to 6 months worth of rent being taken care of, which will free you up some money to take care of any outstanding loans. Get all those knocked out the way. You don't need those monthly jokers on your back, and on top of that, it will help improve your FICO scores, which I think is a good thing. You'll help improve your FICO scores, get those paid down. So at the end of that 12 months, if you don't want to happen to be checked in once a month, you can move out and get your own place, or you can stay on the HUD-VASH program, and after a year, you'll be able to move to any city, any county, or any state in the United States that you want to live in. So say if you live like I do in Washington and you want to live like Alabama, for whatever reason that is. No disrespect to Alabama. So if you want to move there, now this is the change. You need to be very aware of this. Once you decide you want to move, you're going to have to pay for the moving expenses and the move-in expenses. So say if it's the first and last month, you have to pay that. You're going to have to pay that on top of your moving money. They will not pay you for that. But they will continue to assist you with your rent wherever you decide to go. And that's on a month-to-month. So especially wherever you move into, check the do's and don'ts of where you move into. Oh, let me give you this other caveat. If you are over 55 and you're a disabled veteran, in most senior communities, you can move in 55 plus with a disability. Okay, so that means, you know, I kind of recommend this if you're, say, my age or 55. Oh, I met people who were 53 who want to get on the program or move into a senior community, but they're not allowed to until 55 plus. Maybe, I don't know who can flex that for them. But, okay, so 55 plus, and you move in. The reason why I say it's in senior community is most senior communities are off the bus lines. Most senior communities are not far from a public library. Senior communities, if you don't have a car, they still offer you shuttles to take you to grocery stores or something. Also, like Walmart or whatever, they have, you know, shuttle buses for those places. And plus, if you are a disabled veteran who has trouble sleeping, or, you know, loud noises scare you, whatever, you don't have to worry about a lot of, and no disrespect to my young kids, is you don't have to have this running up and down your hallways. You don't have to worry about your neighbor blasting some loud music or whatever. Most people in those communities are pretty much self-efficient and they're to themselves. So I would recommend that if you're over that age. Okay, so you can stay on this program, the HUD-VASH program, for, I know nobody's never told me the limits of that. But as long as your disabilities are needed attention to. Oh, and that's another thing. If you move into a senior community and you have disabilities, most of them come with safety rails in your bathroom, ways that you can contact the front desk if you're having problems or whatever. I won't say front desk or management if you're having problems. They can be addressed. If you're having getting around problems, they can be addressed as well. Okay, so enough with that. So I just wanted to give you that. So we took it from why am I here? And like I say, I'm here really to help. And I just offer what I've been going through and what I've known people to go through, people who I've talked to recently. A lot of things that I give you, they are recently done. People can tell you, fill out this form, be cautious about this form. Step by step of what stuff happens and how you're going to go through it. It's one thing. The internet always say, the internet can offer you knowledge but not wisdom. Okay, wisdom is when you roll through it. When you go through it and you come out on the other end and you're still walking. Okay, I don't care whatever you've been through. You came out on the other side. I'm proud of you. You're still moving. So keep it going. Keep it pushing for what is rightfully yours. So we talked about helping a veteran. We want you to first, if you're seeking, foremost in anything, if you're suffering mental issues on any level, please, please, please go to the VA and seek you psychiatric help. Okay, they could give you. You can have people listen to you, and then you run into, maybe if they feel that you need to be subscribed certain medications to get you sleep, to get you being a more functional human being. That's where we want you. And don't feel so proud to go do that. It's the person who's so proud that they cannot admit it is not, to me, it's not strong. When you can admit your problems and you can roll through them and you make it through them, I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you, and I want you to be the same way about yourself. Okay, so now we talk about that, getting you help. Then we talk about how we can get you off the streets and get you into a shelter, out of the shelter, past the shelter, getting you into a temporary apartment that can help you have a space you can call your own. You can put your paperwork down. You can move about your area and feel free. We want you in that area, okay? So now they get you in a temporary, well, now you want to go get an apartment, all right? You can get with the HUD-VASH program, and what you do is start talking about that through King County Housing. They will help you get through that as well, the HUD-VASH program. And then you start getting you to start filling out paperwork that's going to help get you squared away, okay? So now we got you past that. You're on the HUD-VASH program. After a year, what can you expect? You can stay in the same spot. You can move, but understand you're paying for the moving and the down payment in and out of there. Okay, so in your second year, if you want to stay, just move right across the street. You can move across the street, but remember, down payment, moving costs, okay? All right, so outside of that, you'll have, let's see, when you're in the first cell, the first process before you get the HUD VATS, you're gonna have a heads to bed where you're gonna have to check in every night. There's some do's and don'ts, drinking and smoking. I think drinking is crazy as long as you can handle your liquor, okay? I think every person deserves that they would like to have a beer when they get off from work from making it through that day. And especially if you're out here on the grind as a veteran trying to get this paperwork from one paperwork to this and that, and still trying to file a claim, man, you can do it. I did it, and I know you can. I know it sounds crazy, but you can do it. So I hope some of this has helped you in understanding that. Any questions on VASHA, please feel hit me up. I'll give you what I know, and I'll point you in some directions that will get you the information, okay? Now, the other thing I always say is during your travels of getting yourself back on your feet, always stay organized with what you're doing. Try to keep a track of everything of what you've done. You might need these for later references. But yes, so we want to get you off the streets. We want to get you in housing, and VASHA will help you get there. Okay, so I really hope everyone's doing well. And please forgive me. I mean, I'm not, what can I say? I run across so many beautiful veterans, real quick, and they have a lot to offer. And I got to give shouts out to my girl Alejandra. Ran into her a couple of days ago. A U.S. Navy veteran, a beautiful person. And I ran into a few other veterans, and I always asked them, so how was it, with filing, and how did things go? And some of these people, if not a majority of them, has been in some really position of authority, medals all across the chest. But then life happens, and the same thing Alejandra was saying to me, and I'd say this a lot. She goes, tell people not be waiting 10, 20 years up the road. I said, or 30, stay on top of it, okay? I know it's gonna be hard trying, but that's why I'm here. I'm here, I did it, you can do it. I know you can. So you fight and you look at those breadcrumbs. And like I said, I have a particular organization that helped me, but if I didn't stay on top of them and didn't ask my questions, I believe the ball would have been dropped a few times. And so this is why I tell you, I do not at this particular time reprimand anybody. And when that time comes, I will let you know who that is. But at this particular point in time, put your ear to the ground, start listening, and start telling yourself, you can do this, you are wonderful, and you are beautiful, and you are going to make it. I know you are. So keep fighting and stay that strong fight. Ask the right questions. Ask people, run across some of these content creators. I want to say Dwayne Kimball was a good person I ran across. But I want you guys to find who you want that's going to help you. I can only give you what I've seen and what I'm going through. I have to tell you this in another video. But and I'm still doing the paperwork. Believe this. This you would not believe the craziness of this. But you can do it. And I know you can. All right? Salute to you and yours. Seattle Black Veteran. I'm out of here. Take great care.